Are you hiding from me over there, Avery?
I'm not trying to.
I think you are. You set the camera where my big head's right in your way.
We're live on YouTube.
He smiled on two of them or just one?
We finally said something that made him smile?
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out what we have going on. For apparently we posted
so
2 lives.
Yeah, we're doing that thing over here.
It went straight to commercials when I tried to go live.
Good.
Paying the bills. There we go.
So which one is up, Chase?
That's what I'm trying to figure
Redneck
out.
Racing 65. What's going on? Jake from State Farm said hello. What's up, Jake?
I'm just gonna delete this one. I think this
They'll have to go to the other channel then if you
how do you delete it?
Chasing the Checkered. What's up? Sean, Alex, how's it going? Bubba Williams, what's up? John Harmon, Chad Chambers.
Visibility.
Jeffrey Green, hello from Sarasota, Florida.
Change it.
Matt S.
I didn't.
Teresa Hunter, Karsten.
I saw it.
Randy Lane, what's going on, everybody? Jeremy Olson, hello. Hollands, hello from Wisconsin. Freddie Bowman, Darren Lunsford. Man, there's a lot of people saying hello. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing?
Can you see if that other live stream just
It shouldn't be public to them anymore.
Okay, so they got to jump on over to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
They have a video ready to go up, but
I know who you are, Bobby. I'm sorry.
Our iPad is giving us technical difficulties this evening, so it'll either go up after this live tonight or tomorrow night. Do you want this?
I'd rather you read them out.
What's the name of this channel?
Chase Holland Racing.
Okay.
Well, let's start there.
All right, Avery, do you want to talk about the broken part stuff that you have on my list, or no? What you got going on here? Were these notes for this live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So no, not for me. Not for me.
So right now on our website, www.chasehollandracing.com, we have broken parts from previous races that Chase decided to tear up for sale. We have a $50 bracket and we have a $100 bracket, and it's a mystery. So when you pay, we randomly select one, we autograph it, and it gets mailed to you.
Thank you, Avery. But why would you be selling broken parts, Chavis, if you have sponsors and a YouTube channel?
Well, I'll start that by saying we are very thankful for all of our sponsors and our YouTube channel members and channel followers and subscribers and all the money coming in from everywhere. We're very, very thankful. However, as you all know, racing is very expensive. And we are planning to do a full USMTS tour this year. So even though we have a lot of resources and a lot of great sponsors, we still don't have everything covered. So therefore, it's a way for us to get some money back into the race team to be able to keep making the shows. Because the tires, the fuel in the motorhomes and tow rigs, that stuff's not covered. So in the sheet metal, and there's a lot of parts that are,
if that whole thing falls,
what's
because
he working
he's
on?
tweaking stuff.
There's a lot of stuff that's not covered yet, so it's a way for us to put some money back into the racing team.
It's a hustle. It's a constant hustle to keep income flowing to Chase.
Nobody's getting rich here. I can tell you that.
Absolutely not. We are self-employed. We do contribute as much as we can to Chase's racing career. You know, we have 2 other kids. We have a home. Lots of bills you guys would probably stroke out.
Yeah.
So,
but we're not belly aching either.
I'm not at all. Yeah. But I'm just saying,
just
because we hustle and we try to sell all of Chase's.
We get a lot of positive feedback, but I think where that explanation's coming from, we had several people take some pretty harsh shots at us. And that's part of putting ourselves out there. We get it, but man, they get personal. I mean, just like straight to the throat. It's unreal the way people will do, but that's fine. They don't know us, and that's fine.
They don't. So I'm going to start the next conversation, and I'm sure Chase is going to jump in, but I want to open this conversation because this is a question or a statement that gets offered up to us. And we had several people comment on our live post about this. When are we getting a toter home and a stacker to haul 2 cars? And I'd like to clarify one thing on this, because yes, we look ridiculous rolling up to these racetracks beside $1 million toter home and a stacker trailer. But let me explain. We are a family of 5. We travel together. We cannot put Chase's race team in with our girls. We're just not going to do it. I mean, so we bring our entire home with us so that we can be with Chase and we can enjoy it as a family. We're getting to travel the country. I'm not complaining, but that's why we have 2 separate motorhomes. Would we love to have a toter home and follow Chase and his toter home and his 2 race cars? Absolutely. Can we afford that right now? No, it is a dream of all of ours. We will still have a separate motorhome for us, but yes, if Chase could have his own toter home and a stacker with 2 cars and his crew, that would be fantastic. But we'll still be following up the rear.
And that's not a shot at anybody in particular, because everybody asks that. Even people really close to us that already knows the answer keeps hounding us about bringing multiple cars and, when are you going to do? Two years ago, was it? We went to Bristol. 2 years ago, we went as a family in a little bitty motorhome. Is it 3? I think it's 2.
It's 2020.
Anyway, we went to Bristol in a little motorhome, family of 5, for a whole week. First time we ever traveled, and we had a little trailer hook behind us. And now, we've grown in those 2 years into what we have now, and that's about all we can do right now. I mean, to be honest with you.
So our motorhome will not, the towing capacity, we cannot tow 2 cars because of the weight.
Yeah.
So yes, we could get a stacker, but our motorhome won't pull it. It's all it can do right now to pull the mini stacker that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that clarifies that, because it's not that we don't want to take 2 cars and we don't want the big toter home and the stacker. And I know we can get a used one. I get that, but it's not right now. It's not a right now thing. I love that y'all are getting to see all these comments and all this stuff. What you smiling about?
Well, people are agreeing on YouTube about even local people talking about how much it costs them just to pull their rig.
Absolutely.
$300 and $400. And I think just our rig, we went, it was an 8-hour trip to Texas and 8 hours back, or right at 9 hours,
Right.
whatever. And I think we spent right at $800 in diesel, and that's not counting the little motorhome that Rocky was putting gas in. And that's just what we knew that going into this year, but we're just trying to explain why we're going to try to make money every way we can off of any broken parts or anything. And if you're not interested in buying them, we're not pushing them on you. And we're not begging, but if somebody
I
wants
will
to
say
purchase
it does excite us every time
Oh,
somebody buys Chase's junk.
the
It's
best.
the coolest thing ever.
My favorite was the dome, when everybody bought at the dome.
At the dome. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
I didn't want to bring all of it, and people bought every spare part that we had, and we autographed them and had a good time. And man, yeah, to me that means a lot to me. I may try to buy everybody's stuff back at some point in my life if I ever had the money.
Or somewhere to put it.
Yeah, just because I'm weird like that.
Oh, what happened? Okay.
You had
it's
a
back.
blackout
It's
over there.
back. All right. So let's talk about your schedule for this year, Chase, because we've had a lot of people ask about your schedule. We didn't type up a schedule, but that's because Chase posted. Go ahead, Chase. Take over.
We posted the USMTS schedule because we're going to be running the full USMTS tour until further notice. So like that's our schedule. You can go on USMTS's website, and that's where you will find where we will be at. We are not going to be racing in anything else unless we're offered a ride of some sort to go and play around, but we do not have time to race locally, and it kind of takes our focus away from what we're trying to do out on the road whenever we race locally. So
the other races that we have on the schedule for that is their invitation. We want to do Prairie Dirt Classic and the Dome again this year. And then we actually have a memorial race planned July 9th at Why Not Motorsports Park in Meridian. So we're going to get working on that here soon. We're hoping that that's going to be a huge purse for a modified race in honor of Chavis's dad. Again, July 9th. So if anybody wants to help out and sponsor for that race, just be looking for that, because that's something big that we're going to do and handle that. And Why Not already has it on their schedule as well.
His birthday was July 9th. I think the race fell on the 8th.
Oh,
It'll
is
be
it?
the
My
8th.
bad.
It's
I
a
apologize.
Saturday, and I'm pretty sure it's July 8th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I was close.
yeah, absolutely. Matt had a comment on here and said there's a lot of people that's got opinions on what y'all should be spending y'all's money, or how you should be spending y'all's money, and that's pretty funny.
It is. I mean, but I can appreciate it. Some people
Yeah.
have great
Hey,
ideas.
I get it. We just wanted to clarify, because I know a lot of people question a lot of stuff that we do, and we have our reasons, to do things the way we do, and that's how we're doing it. So
On a positive note, we just met our goal on TikTok.
go ahead.
What does that mean?
Thank y'all.
Not really sure. But
Hot
it
dog.
just popped up and said that,
Congratulations.
yeah, it
Jonathan.
said
Thank you.
celebrate.
I won't be growing a beard anytime soon.
Got a mullet.
Facial hair is too
Bobby's telling
patchy.
you about a beard.
Mhm. I wish I could. That'd be pretty cool, but not there yet.
All right. We have a couple of birthdays today, and they are both watchers and family. So we're going to say happy birthday.
So first off, we missed Miss Britta's birthday
Oh.
yesterday.
Man.
Y'all are. I didn't.
In the
I
dog
didn't.
house.
I was waiting to tell her here. Happy birthday, Miss Britta.
Yeah, happy birthday. And then Miss Whitney,
Miss, you go with Whitney now, huh?
who's
Whitney.
Whitney, your other
Last
your
my
sister.
Sister.
my store sister, yeah. And then my cousin Danny, happy birthday,
Yeah.
buddy.
Happy birthday, y'all.
Debo.
There you go.
Danielson.
The Stinger driver that we
Yeah, that-
cheered on last year. That's Danny.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have not messed with ProLine as far as on black streaks, but I do know it has been really good at getting other
Road film.
road
Like,
film and things like that.
When Chase and I went up to Illinois to Willie's and the Mullins, when we come home, our motor home was like a chalky white. It was stained and it was really bad. And I got out there with ProLine, absolutely no brush, soaked it down with the spray foam and washed it off, and we were shiny, smooth again. So ProLine, I don't know about, I'm like Chase, I don't know about black streaks, but it takes off white powder. and
Everything-
road film.
Yeah, everything we put it up against, it's
Yeah.
it's taken care of. So thank you, Camden. It's good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Camden?
Okay. Y'all can jump in at any point. I'm
So
gonna
first,
clean this
I'd
up.
like to thank Miss Amy Irk Johnson for everything that she's done for our race team and for getting us this pretty cool Jimmy Mars diecast that's right here. She gave us a pretty cool note with it, as well as a Walmart gift card for me to buy some mac and cheese. So
And croissant.
Chase's staple on the road. He eats frozen macaroni and cheese.
I eat the Devour bowls. They're pretty good.
They're disgusting.
Happy early birthday, Hayden.
With some two-step. Yeah, happy
Oh,
birthday.
Okay. Put it on a cracker.
Mhm.
Okay. Before you were racing USMTS, who was your favorite driver?
Before and still is just Kyle Larson. I mean, he's just a pure talent, just an animal.
I agree.
All right. This is I thought this was a great question. What do you see as the biggest challenge for the team as you try to pursue Rookie of the Year? I'm sure we all have an opinion about this.
Yeah, I
I
think
missed the question.
What do you see as the biggest challenge for the team as you try to pursue Rookie of the Year?
well, at the moment, we're not really just our new race car is what we're battling. And it's not that it's just little things. Like once we get the bugs worked out, I feel like we'll be pretty good. I feel like I need to make more laps. I wish we would have went and raced some winter races before we started in USMTS, because I feel like I'm still trying to get back to where I was when I left in December. and trusting my race car and things like that. So I feel like, you know, we're doing the best that we can, but I don't feel like we're going to see our best performances until April, May. You know, I feel like we've got a little bit more homework to do on our own part, but the biggest challenge is just not letting the rough nights make us second guess and not necessarily quit, but go another route.
Can we talk? But we're not kicking over trash cans and throwing helmets and slamming doors. And we put a little clip in the video of me I was joking with Chase.
Yeah.
We had a heck of a conversation and we laughed and before and after. And man, he got trashed. And I sit there and I read the comments and it makes me mad because I'm like, man, I did that to him. I videoed that and put it in there, not thinking nothing because I know how he really was. And he wasn't like, get the camera out of my face. So I made a joke and man, there's person, if you're going to be a professional, you're going to have to learn how to blah, 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 blah. And, you know, and Chase is like that. How am I supposed to be? You know, am I supposed to be high fiving? Yeah, when we suck that bad? Because we got goals that we're trying to achieve, making the shows and things like that. And when we don't make those goals, are we supposed to be that happy that we're just high fiving and life is good? Life was good. We talked about what all we learned and all the stuff that we accomplished.
I mean, it was a rough weekend, but
it was rough, but it was great because we learned so much. Like we're excited about the next one, and then you start reading comments, and it's like, oh goodness. But I just don't know, you know. What we're
and let's
supposed
go
to
back
do.
to the read comments thing because this falls on me.
Yeah.
So when YouTube first took off for them, I was a stickler. I'm like, you have to respond to every single person who comments.
And we did.
Interaction. And we did. And we made Chase, the travel time in that motorhome, Chase would respond to every single comment. Now we don't allow him to read them.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's sad because there's thousands of positive comments. But then you get those few people and you know how it's like picking a wound. It's like, my goodness. And we just don't want the negative stuff. He's our child. And I mean, so that's our fault. I'm sorry Chase doesn't respond anymore. We barely let him read those. We'll read him positive things out loud, but you know, it's just one of those things that it's just, we still try to protect him.
I do. Maybe not immediately, but I read every one of them, even though I don't respond. Some I do respond to if it really makes me mad or it almost makes me cry because it's so nice of you.
Right.
But I do appreciate every one of them, even the bad ones. And if we had somebody, I would say what I feel, but y'all will block me.
You wouldn't just call somebody out, would you?
We don't block people. I mean, seriously, if you got something to say that's nasty, if it's too bad that I don't want people, it's like vulgar, I will block it and I'll delete it. But if you just tell us how stupid you think we are and everything, that's fine. You can have your opinion. And I may agree with you some nights, you know, it's just the way you go about it. But I find a lot of times the people that are taking shots at us, some of our fans may ask, well, do you race? Oh, well, I used to race. And okay, well, that answers that. And we don't need to go any further on that. But that's
I have a question from TikTok. Is the 2018 for sale?
No.
Not for sale.
Would you like to explain why though? Because people think we're crazy. So tell them why it's not for sale, Chase.
The 2018 was my graduation present. And we tossed around the idea of selling it at the beginning of this season because, I mean, we really don't need a third race car unless things get really, really rough. But
we may need it.
We may need it.
Yeah.
So if you see it go up for sale.
But anyways, so we're keeping it. It's stored in the garage. We are going to be putting that thing back together this season. There's some things that I would like to change about it and put it back together. And then we might let someone race it if, you know, things work out that way. But anyways, if not, it's going to be sitting here on idle, ready for us in the event that we need it. But at the moment, it's in pieces. But we don't want to sell it because it's just
sentimental.
Right. Yeah.
It is.
It's sentimental.
And
you know, that sounds silly, but
the comment has come up a few times about hunt the front and stuff. We have talked to the joiners. We talked to them at Fairbury and talked to them after Fairbury about possibly putting Joseph in one of our cars. And their schedule didn't work with our schedule, and we ended up
Right.
getting Drake Troutman down and put him in a car. But we offered the car to Joseph Joyner. I think it was at Deer Creek last year.
It was.
And their schedule wouldn't allow it. And so to answer that question in a roundabout way, it's not off the table. It's
You never
something
know.
that we've talked about a
You
few
never
times,
know.
because I mean, we're approaching 25,000 subscribers, and that's huge for us. They're well over 100,000, and I think if we could intermingle with them on some content, and if it means putting them in a car, but it benefits us by getting some subscribers, I enjoy the guys. I think they're great, and they're always good to talk to. So who knows? We'll have to see what comes up. But this year we got to focus on USMTS.
Right.
So I don't know, for sure. Maybe if we get to 2018 ready to roll in,
All right.
maybe my dad's race or something like that, we can pull them all out and go race.
So let's touch this real quick. USMTS added a Vegas race in November at the very last race of the schedule. It's all of that is going to play into factor with points and all of that stuff. If we make that race, it's a 26-hour drive for us without any gas stops. So it would be a lot of time to get there. So we don't think we'll make Vegas, but
it just depends on how we're doing in the points
does.
and
It
what
does.
we have for Rookie of the Year. Because to win Rookie of the Year, you do not have to compete in every single USMTS event. But for point standings, if you're good in the point system and you're trying to do that, then you have to be at every single
race.
show. So with that being said, like as of right now, we wouldn't be going to Vegas, but hopefully
never
things turn around
You never
and
know.
we end up in
I
Vegas.
think we're in a 16-person battle for 9th place right now. I believe.
Shut up.
I swear.
This is why I don't look at it.
And we have some horses on the top of the chart. So
Right.
we need some
You scared?
really good weekend. I mean, I knew it was going to be tough, but the couple names that popped up right before the season right there kind of surprised me. I'll be honest with you. And they both won their fair share of championships and races and everything, and that's pretty impressive. So yeah, it's gonna be a
So
lot.
Andrew had a good question right here. Yeah, decent. Do other MB Customs drivers help if asked, or is it every man for himself? The answer to that is like we were in Texas and Tulip, which was doing really good. He was extremely strong that weekend. And, Rodney's helped me out a bunch when we've been out on the road.
Yeah.
But Tyler Wolf was just like,
Whatever
look
you
at
need.
it. Whatever
Yeah.
you need,
Absolutely.
offered their trailers to us, stuff like that. So it's not every man for himself on the MB Custom thing. But
Other drivers even
Yeah,
offer
right.
all the
Yeah,
time.
Tanner Mullins has always been
Tanner
really good to us.
Jason
And
O'Neill
Jake,
gave us
yeah.
a drive shaft and was like, "Go if that
Whatever
works,
you
we'll
need,
get together
come back."
later."
Right.
I'm gonna say most of all of the
I was just going to say,
USMTS
anybody
guys.
we've ever
Yeah.
asked for help with anything
Absolutely.
has been very gracious.
But like Chase said, Tyler Wolf, MB guys for sure, they
Yeah.
do stick together. We accidentally ended up parked to buy Tyler Wolf and Rodney, and man,
Worked out.
Tyler was great. He lent me over there with a tape measure and a flashlight trying to figure out what was going on. So,
Hey, thank you,
I appreciate it.
Nicholas.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want to try to address this, or you want to leave that alone?
So as a bunch of y'all have asked about, we've had a bunch of different people come and go with us out on the road, and we cut up when we have them with us and say that their titles are this or their titles are that, but majority of it's been volunteer help. So with that being said, we do not have any set person that is going with us out on the road every single race.
Rocky will make a lot of the shows.
Right. There's going to be some nights that we have 5 or 6 people that go with us, and then there's going to be other nights that it's just going to be us and Rocky.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, we do have somebody that we are looking into whenever they graduate high school in May. And if that works out, y'all will see them with us. But other than that, we don't.
We're on our own.
We're on our own. So
And somebody just asked, where's Uncle Rocky? Rocky had a wedding last night. His daughter got married, so he's had a rough week, I'm sure, getting everything arranged and
He's
together.
partied down.
Yeah,
Don't let him.
So
lie
I'm
to
sure
you.
Rock will be up here either tomorrow or Tuesday to get back going with us, and he'll be with us this weekend when we go practice, and of course he'll be with us at Humboldt. So
Okay. This may come as a shock to y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and address this because I'm sure we're getting into the time that we need to shut this down. We are not planning on doing any more lives at home or at the campground, like not a sit down live. I'll still go live in the pit area when it's time to go racing and such. But as far as a sit down live, y'all, it's so stressful.
It really is.
It's so stressful. So what the plan is, and we had this meeting earlier today, is we are saving for new equipment and they're going to start a podcast.
We're actually entertaining Patreon. As difficult as that or crazy as that may sound. She's not a big fan of Patreon, but the thing is like we have a $5 Facebook thing. We have a $5 YouTube thing. We have this over here and that over there. Patreon, we would eliminate those things and try to start with just Patreon. That way all of our viewers and those people would be on one platform. And what that means for the rest of our social media is we're not changing anything.
I was just fixing
because
to jump
that's
in
the
and
biggest
cut you
thing.
off.
Lordy.
Nothing changes on what you have seen and what you will see. Where you're going to get the same videos, the same content at the same time. It is going to be a separate, if we decide to do it, a separate podcast where we sit down kind of like this, be the same questions from y'all, and we'll be asked and we'll talk about it and go over it, and it'll give us a chance to edit it down, not to take anything out, but to shorten it up and make it a more presentable, not so long. Because this live here, if it's 30 minutes, I doubt people are going to go back and watch all 30 minutes to listen to the whole thing. So a podcast would eliminate all that and give us a chance to turn it into a better question and answer type platform.
Right.
And it'll be recapping the weekends as we go. And I think that'll be a really great
Can I
thing.
talk?
I'm just curious.
Did you just shut this down?
Battery exhausted.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you just lose the whole feed?
No, they can hear us.
They can
just
hear
can't
us.
Okay,
see
well,
us.
good. I'm glad you can't see me on YouTube
This is
because I'm
a
gonna
test for our podcast.
I'm gonna say something. Hey, Haley, I'm gonna mention this
Hey,
really quick. Just hush. Chase does have a private life, and we are pretty open to it and all that. Y'all don't harass either of them. My goodness, give them a shot to find their own way.
Haley is fantastic.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
Oh, I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, so
I have
no,
one.
I'm not trying to cut y'all off. I'm just saying our camera just died. It was fully charged. It was charged.
So he wanted to show y'all what it was like on the podcast. So this is kind of
Yeah,
Here's
it's
your
just-
sneak
really
peek to
we'll
a
have
podcast.
video on our podcast too. So
You can
this-
finish your statement about Haley.
Anyway, Haley's fantastic. We had the pleasure of having Haley as a
Yes.
team member and a guest with us in Texas, and she was fantastic. I mean, our whole family loves Haley, and she jumped in and worked, and that was pretty amazing what she did for us and with us. And I think she had a good time too. So
And she
look
eats
forward
mine.
to the next time. Yeah, and she eats Adrian's food, and that's a bonus right there. That
Did you want to say what you wanted to say real quick about the merch
Yes.
before he shuts it all the way down?
Chase, have you ever thought about horse racing?
Probably not.
He doesn't even
Probably
like
wouldn't
animals.
get on those.
All right, don't forget to check out the website for all your merch needs, chasehollandracing.com. You never know what we're going to throw up on there. Thanks for watching.
Thank y'all for watching.
Bye.
later.
So that just shuts everyone. So.
Yeah.